Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. It's great to have you with us, as always. Sean Hennessy here, joined to my left, Jez McIntosh. We're broadcasting to you live from the Santa Clara International Swim Center on this beautiful Saturday morning in Santa Clara, California. This morning's matchup is the 2012 CCS Girls Water Polo Division II Final, featuring the number 2 seed, St. Ignatius Wildcats, and the number 1 seed, Sacred Heart Prep Gators. We're underway from the Santa Clara International Swim Center. The opening sprint will be in favor of Sacred Heart Prep. As the sprinter down the line, PJ Bigley, starts it off for the Gators. Moving left to right on your screen, wearing the dark caps, this is Kelly Moran from deep mid-pool. She feeds it ahead to Harper. Harper topside now. And we see a shot on net right from the get-go, off the post, Jez, and now St. Ignatius will have a try.
Yeah, it was foul outside of 5 meters, and Caitlin Stewie with a quick shot trying to catch the goalie off guard, just off the top corner.
Wildcats moving right to left, wearing the light caps, as Crouch takes it over towards the near side to Slevin. Slevin trying to set up in the hole slot, looking for her offensive attacker. Back up towards the top side to Mary Crouch. Shot on net off the post. And that was Kaplan. Kaplan with the right hand, denied by the post. No score.
Sacred Heart setting up, dropping on Tokini, St. Ignatius' top player, forcing them to shoot from the outside, and it was a quick shot by number 17. Great shot by Mormon there.
We're in the first quarter, 5 minutes and 53 seconds remaining. No score between Sacred Heart Prep and St. Ignatius. Right now, it's going to be McCracken who sends it deep over towards the top. 4 on the shot clock. The Gators will have to do something here, and it will be a shot clock violation. A turnover right there, Jez. They could not set up the offensive attack.
Yeah, they're kind of slow getting down the pool. We expected more speed out of Sacred Heart. They're usually a much more up-tempo team than that, so a little uncharacteristic for them. Maybe a little nerves here in the championship game.
Both these teams faced off earlier in the year, and it went in favor of Sacred Heart Prep. They actually played at St. Ignatius, and one of the key highlights that Coach John Burke of the Gators mentioned was it was more of a compressed pool, a smaller type atmosphere. Now these girls really getting that Olympic-style feel, a much larger setting, as we see the whole set attacker, Providenza. She tries to take her right hand and just dump it over for a lob shot, but it goes just over the post.
Here's a turnover by the Sacred Heart goalie, trying to advance it deep up the pool, and she turns it over, gives it back right back to SI.
Goalkeeper Puccinelli will send it deep down the pool for St. Ignatius. Under 5 minutes remaining now in the opening quarter. As Slevin, balancing with her right hand, starts to dribble and goes high. We're seeing a lot of high shots so far. Possibly some nerves, you mentioned, Jez, being shown by both these teams.
Well, Sacred Heart's running a drop defense. They're dropping 2 into the whole set, trying to double team in there, which is really forcing SI with those deep shots. So we'll see if SI can get the ball in deep like they did the last time down.
Bigley will send it topside to her teammate Harper. Harper covered one-on-one now in the far right wing. This is McCracken, inside to the whole set, triple team, whistles blow.
We got a kick out on number 7 for SI. Crouch, a little too much contact there in the hole. Now it's 6-on-5 for SHP.
Man up advantage for the Gators as Crouch heads to the near corner. Bigley up top, she feeds it down to the inside wing. Bochy, nothing. Back to Stewie. Stewie to Bigley, shot on net denied. A great block by Francesca Puccinelli.
Yes, that's an excellent save. Sacred Heart had about 3 more seconds for their man advantage, and just a great save by Puccinelli.
Now we have 4 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter, no score. As St. Ignatius will set up, we're tied at 0 here, folks, underway from the Santa Clara International Swim Center. As we see Slevin up top towards the far wing, 3 on the shot clock, and that pass was deflected. It was deflected by a Gator along the inside, and Sacred Heart Prep will take over.
That time SI came down and did a double set there. They had 2 players inside of 2 meters, and Sacred Heart put 4 players. They're double teaming everything down low.
3 minutes and 30 seconds now left to play here in the opening quarter.
Another bad turnover by Sacred Heart.
Sloppy pass as Olivia Sanders will hold on to the ball for St. Ignatius as she swims from right to left on your screen. St. Ignatius in the white caps. As she dribbles the ball in between her shoulders, she's closing in now. It'll be a one-on-one try, possibly no. She dumps it back out to Crouch.
We got a kick out coming on SHP.
And we'll wait to see if there is an ejection into the near corner. As the officials hold on to the ball, we're in the first quarter, 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining.
We just had a cap off there on SHP player, so safety. The ref stops play to allow the player to put her cap back on.
No score here early on. Jez McIntosh to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy. It's the opening game here for the CCS Girls Water Polo Division II final. Coming up after this will be the Boys Division II. From there we'll move into the Girls Division I and Boys Division I. So a full slate of water polo for you here on the PlayOnSports.com network. As we are underway from the Santa Clara International Swim Center. No score early on here in the first quarter between St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Prep. Sacred Heart Prep 20-8 on the regular season. Number 1 seed taking on the number 2 seed St. Ignatius Wildcats with an overall record of 13-15. Play resumes, 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Watch for the quick shot here.
This is Tokini, the leading scorer for the Wildcats, and she drills it towards the left side, and St. Ignatius is up early, 1-0.
That's St. Ignatius' bread and butter right there. A quick foul outside of 5 meters is a free shot, and Tokaniti is their leading scorer, and that's what Sacred Heart was afraid of. They did not want to foul her outside of 5 meters, and that's what happens when you foul her.
And Jez, that's a great point because Coach John Burke mentioned we want to key in on her. We may double team her as she approaches that hole set position, and right there she just had an open look and took it. Tokini, the leading scorer for St. Ignatius.
Kick out on Kaplan, number 17, swum over the back of the Sacred Heart player, so another 6-on-5 for Sacred Heart.
Stewie,
get it back.
Stewie with a look as she approaches, fires, it's denied. Getting the left hand up was the goalkeeper Puccinelli. Second try, rebound is good.
Yeah, great follow-up by Stewie. Puck fake for the shot, great save by the goalie, but Stewie did not give up, pursued the ball and pushed it back past the goalie to even the game.
So Caitlin Stewie ties things up here in the first quarter. We're all tied at 1 now between Sacred Heart Prep and St. Ignatius. Wildcats with the ball moving right to left. Slevin at the top wing now. Looking for the inside, being covered one-on-one. 14 on the shot clock. She'll send it back towards the middle. And it's a turnover. Stealing it is McCracken. McCracken will have a breakaway as she swims left to right, going towards that far wing, waiting for the offensive attackers to set up.
Watch number 3 inside water near cage.
That's Bocci. Bocci all by herself, but it's overthrown. It's overthrown on the top side by Morgan McCracken. Jez, she had an open lane all by herself and just went wide.
Yeah, the defender stayed on the inside and gave her the water, and she just shot it over the goal. Bet she wants that one back.
Shot clock will reset, but we have a foul away from the ball.
Push off on Sacred Heart, trying to get open. Ref felt a little too much contact there. Turnover once again, Sacred Heart.
Goalkeeper Puccinelli will hold it in her right hand. Now she flings it ahead to her offensive attacker, Olivia Sanders. Sanders dribbles ahead, 1:43 left to play in the opening quarter. Inside to the hole set, Tokini. And Tokini goes just high.
Once again, another foul outside the 5, giving her a free shot. Sacred Heart does not want to give her many more of those.
1:33 left to play now in the first quarter. Crouch, the defender, on that hole set player, Stewie. She'll feed it back outside, 1:27 to play, 15 on the shot clock. As the Gators set up, we're tied at 1. This is Bigley. Bigley back over towards the far wing. Open look denied. Puccinelli yet again, Jez, getting both hands up, treading water, doing the old egg beater, and she swats it down.
No, she's having a heck of a first quarter. McCracken with another hard shot. This one had much more velocity on it, but a great save.
Samantha Kaplan now under a minute left to play here in the opening quarter. She'll feed it back to her teammate, Crouch. Crouch at the top, now back towards the far wing. Kaplan looking for someone, 7 on the shot clock, being defended well one-on-one by McCracken, and she just dumps it in the corner. She had no look, Jez. She decided the best play, the safest play, was just to dump it in the corner.
Yeah, that time down, SI put Tokanini down in the set and then tried to release her out high for the outside shot, but they could not get her the ball, so great defense by Sacred Heart.
We now have 30 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter. As we see a lob pass towards the whole set position. That was Kashi, but nobody was home to take the pass. It'll be a turnover as SI will try to set up along the near side, swimming right to left. This is Slevin with 13 on the shot.
13 in the quarter.
As we are nearly through with the first quarter, she'll give it to Crouch. Crouch going top side to Kaplan. Kaplan with 4 seconds. She'll have to do something as the whistle blows. One final shot on net goes just left, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We're all tied up at 1 after 1 quarter of play here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. It's St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Prep on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Welcome back, folks, to PlayOnSports.com. Jez McIntosh to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy. First quarter in the books between St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Prep. You're tuning in to the 2012 CCS Girls Water Polo Division II Final here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. The number 2 seed, St. Ignatius Wildcats, took care of San Lorenzo Valley 16-4 in the quarterfinals and then knocked off Presentation in the semis 9-4. On the flip side, the number 1 seed, Sacred Heart Prep Gators, took care of Santa Catalina 11-2. Then they faced off against Castilleja. They defeated them 11-5, and that's where we're at in terms of this playoff seeding. Jez, your first thoughts on that first quarter? You noticed a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, uncharacteristic of Sacred Heart Prep. Defending CCS championship champion, you expect more from them, going for their 6th straight title. You got to give it credit to SI coming in here as the big underdog. They've got to have a lot of confidence going into the second quarter.
As we get ready to start the second quarter, both teams line up on their opposing ends. On the left side is Sacred Heart Prep. On the right is St. Ignatius. It'll be Caitlin Stewie on the opening sprint for the Gators. And on the right side, it looks like it's Audrey Murray lining up for the ball, and it will go in favor of St. Ignatius. Tokini feeds it back to Kaplan. We're in the second quarter, all tied at 1. Kaplan dribbles ahead using that left arm to push off inside to the whole set. Providenza back out to Kaplan. Kaplan shot goes left, and the diving goalkeeper, Kelly Moran, sticks the right arm out. No goal.
SI going with a little inside out there, getting the ball into 2 meter and kicking it out for the free shot outside.
How about this long pass for the Gators? This is going to be Zellinger. Zellinger looked like she had an open lane, but feeds it back out to Bocci. 13 on the shot clock, inside to the whole set, and we're gonna have a foul call.
Penalty shot.
It'll be a penalty shot inside 5 meters, heck, around 2 meters right there.
Oh, yeah, inside 2, Stewie made a nice turn on the defender. Defender grabbed her from behind. That's automatic penalty shot.
And here's Caitlin Stewie. Can she get her second goal in the game on the free shot? It's in! So Caitlin Stewie picks up her second goal, and Sacred Heart Prep now has a 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, give credit all there, right there to Caitlin Stewie. Just worked hard down in 2 meters. Had 2 defenders on her and made a nice turn to get that penalty.
6 minutes and 19 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 2-1, Sacred Heart Prep on top of St. Ignatius. Wildcats with the ball now, moving right to left on your screen. Dribbling ahead is going to be Brittany Murray, looking for the whole set player. That's Tokini. Tokini along the inside, and we have a turnover.
Yeah, she was battling inside with Bridget Harper of Sacred Heart Prep, trying to swim into 2 meters. Bridget Harper did not give ground, just kept her space, and a foul on Tokini coming over the top. Turnover for SI.
This is Kate Bocci dribbling ahead on that near side wing. Defense playing off her, giving her about a meter's worth of space, and we're going to have a foul called away from the ball.
Yeah, we got a Tokini on a kick out up top. Looks like she's getting a little frustrated there.
It'll be a man-up advantage for the Gators as Tokini will swim towards the near corner on the ejection. Man-up advantage now as Bocci has it along the near wing. She'll feed it back out deep to Zellinger. Zellinger will go topside. 10 on the shot clock. Shot on net goes wide right. And that was Caitlin Stewie, the leading scorer, going just towards the right side of the net.
Yeah, SI dodged a bullet there. Bad foul up top by Tokini. I think frustration from the foul called on the other end. Played there down at the other end. You got to keep your head and stay focused in the game. They dodged a bullet.
Here's a quick pass to the whole set, and that's Tokini trying to get out of that double team, and she feeds it back outside and plays it safe to Brittany Murray. Murray to Tokini, her shot denied. How about the defensive pressure by Kashi right there, putting her left hand up and forcing that ball being deflected.
No, it's definitely Sacred Heart's doing a much better job this quarter of pressuring the ball on SI, forcing them to make bad passes or take ill-advised shots. So much better defense from Sacred Heart.
4:47 remaining in the second quarter, 2-1 in favor of Sacred Heart Prep. This pass goes towards the near side to Bocci. Quick whistle blown. Defending was Suma, I beg your pardon.
Great steal by 17 Kaplan there from SI. Sacred Heart again tried to get the ball deep, but Kaplan came over the top of Zellinger and take it away.
SI with the ball, moving right to left now. Tokini being covered one-on-one. She manages to feed it inside to the whole set, stripped away. As Susan Providenza could not hold on to the ball, it's stripped away. It will go in possession now of the Gators. Along the near wing, Kate Bocci in her right hand, looking for the setup as her offensive attackers swim towards the net. She has it from about 8 meters out, feeds it toward the top side. That's Stewie. 7 on the shot clock as she dribbles ahead. Now she dumps it inside to Kashi. Kashi has it stripped. That defensive pressure, Jez, closing in the double team in full effect now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Kashi had a great opportunity there. Here's a nice long pass down the pool for SI.
And that's Summa. Summa will dump it towards the far side to Murray. Murray will need some help as the remaining Gators start swimming towards that left net. Kashi on the coverage. She draws the foul. It will be tossed back towards the middle to Providenza. Providenza will feed it to Kaplan. Kaplan with a look, and she goes wide right.
Yeah, Kaplan on the weak side there. Had a little time and space. Probably should have had a better shot there on cage. And Sacred Heart closed in really fast. Bocci there was able to force her to shoot that one wide.
Bocci just dumps it towards the middle, but nobody home. She was looking for the whole set player, and that was Stewie. Caitlin Stewie was the intended target.
Timeout, SI.
So we'll have a timeout. SI decides to burn their first timeout. Each team with 2 timeouts in water polo. So SI decides to burn their first timeout. We're in the second quarter, 3:10 left to play here in the second quarter. Jez McIntosh to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy. 2-1 is our score in favor of Sacred Heart Prep here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. 2-1 so far here, Jez. We saw a lot of turnovers in that first quarter. Now it seems like the scoring is starting to happen a little bit. But how about that defensive pressure provided by both teams so far inside that whole set position? A lot of double teams up to this point.
Exactly. Now both teams are really working hard on defense. I think SI is looking a little winded here. They haven't had many substitutions. I think coach is calling a timeout here to give his players a rest so they can get back in transition. You don't want Sacred Heart to counter on you. They're a very good countering team, and you saw that the last time down with a deep pass there. So SI, I think, is just getting a breather here and saying, let's just stay calm, stick to our game plan, get it to Kahini up top, and look to her to put it in the goal.
And one of the girls that has really stood out to me thus far as a defender, Malaika Kashi, number 4 for Sacred Heart Prep. You know, she really does a good job of not only being able to get her waist up and out of the water, but she gets so much length when she puts her hands up and swats that ball down. She has had at least 2 to 3 turnovers so far in this game just from being able to get her body elevated and sticking that big arm up and swatting it away. Done a nice job so far on the defensive position as both teams head back into the pool following the timeout. And it's an interesting point that you brought up, Jez, because you look over towards the right side and we saw a lot of the girls huddled over with their hands on their knees, possibly showing some early signs of fatigue. We'll see if we have a couple more substitutions taking place for SI as this game progresses. It's 2-1 in favor of Sacred Heart Prep. Puccinelli, the goalkeeper, at mid-pool. Now she dumps it towards the inside to Tokini. Tokini, she'll have to get out of the double team.
Triple team. They had 3 girls going to the ball there.
She'll take an open shot, and it goes off the post. Top side. It was out of the reach of Kelly Moran.
And that's what SI just wants to do. Tokini pressed hard in at the top of the 5 meters, got the pass, tried to get a shot off, had 3 people on her, got the foul, then took the quick shot. A little near mid-pool, a little deeper than she wanted to, but nonetheless got the shot off.
Stewie with 11 on the shot clock, dumps it inside. Whistle blown. She was looking for Morgan McCracken.
Another foul inside 2-meter, kick out.
And that'll be an ejection over towards the near corner. That's Grace Matthews. She'll have to go outside. It will be a man advantage for Sacred Heart Prep. Timeout call for Sacred Heart Prep with 2:37 left to play here in the second quarter. And it looks like we'll see head coach John Burke think things over here. Big offensive try, 2-1, low-scoring affair thus far in this matchup.
Surprised that it's such a low score, but it's a great call, timeout by John Burke. Going to set up a play 6-on-5. I think this is a big point in the game. If he can get another goal here before halftime, kind of deflate SI, who's hung with the champs for, quarter and a half. So he's going to set up a set play here on a 6-on-5 advantage, try to work the shot clock down. They've got 20 seconds to try to the advantage time. I look to them to take a shot here with about 10 seconds into it.
And it's a smart call to burn that timeout, as you mentioned. Man up advantage, get that set play, and possibly make this a 2-score game. It stands right now 2-1, and a moment ago I mentioned a low-scoring affair. You got to go back and just take a look at this tournament, for example, when they knocked off Santa Catalina 11-2. Right there, it just shows their defensive presence, only holding Santa Catalina to 2 points in that particular matchup. Then they knocked off Castilleja 11-5. So right now, they're at 2 points. We're almost at half. It shows the defensive presence of St. Ignatius, and don't let their overall record of 13-15 fool you. The first thing that head coach Paul Felton will tell you, this is a defensive-oriented team, and right now they're doing a great job against this #1 seed early on.
And the more they stay close to Sacred Heart, the more confidence they'll gain as the game go on. Here we go. Let's see the 6-on-5.
6-on-5 advantage. This is McCracken. She feeds it back towards the top. Now it's going to be Stewie. Stewie balances with her right arm. She gives it to Bigley. Bigley closing in. She'll go top wing. Shot in! There it is. You saw the setup, and that time it's Morgan McCracken on that top wing. Beautiful execution right there.
No, just a great play by Sacred Heart. Set up in a 2-4. They had 4 people down in the 2-meter line, lined up straight across from each other. Ball came to the strong side. Great weak side pass and shot for the score.
3-1 now in favor of Sacred Heart Prep with 2:14 left to play in the second quarter. Dump inside to Tokini. Once again, you see that triple team.
Quick shot here.
Quick shot on net, and Tokini delivers. She picks up her second goal.
Again, the same thing. Coach Burke told us what SI was going to try to do. Foul outside of 5 meters, Tokini, and his game plan was not to foul her, to give her those quick shots. She's 2 for 3 right now on those free shots.
I'll take those odds any day of the week. Tokini with a huge goal. She closes this game back to a 1-point spread. It's 3-2 in favor of Sacred Heart Prep. Swimming out of the goalkeeper position is Moran at mid-pool. She dumps it out to her teammate Bigley. 13 on the shot clock, 1:50 remaining in the second quarter. This one goes towards the whole set. Battle for the loose ball, back outside to Kashi. 6 on the play clock. Will she take a shot? She dumps it inside. 2 on the shot clock. No, it'll be a turnover.
No, we got a kick out.
It'll be a kick out as the whistles blow. Getting called is Crouch. So a man-up advantage for the Gators. Bigley Looking towards the near side wing, McCracken. Will she go top again? No, she sends it back out to Stewie. Stewie over to Bigley. Bigley's shot goes high.
Yeah, great defense there by SI. Set up in a 2-3 that time and was really able to force the bad pass by Sacred Heart. That's Crouch's second kick out, one more, and she's done for the day. So we got to be careful here that she doesn't pick out. I think Felton subbed her out because she can't pick up another foul.
Summa now balances the ball in her left hand. She feeds it to her teammate Slevin. 1:02 left, and that shot is denied. Nice job by the goalkeeper, Kelly Moran, playing that near corner.
And we got a foul on Stewie on the transition. Ref called a kickoff on Sanders. Ball back to St. Ignatius.
Olivia Sanders holds it for the Gators. Under a minute to play now in the second quarter, 3-2. Gators on top of the Wildcats. This one will go towards the top of the key, if you will, and it looks like we're going to have a loose ball battle. The defender was Avery as that shot goes off the post. Correction, that was Bridget Harper providing the defensive pressure, but the shot goes off the post.
Tokini again, she doesn't care how far out she gets fouled. The shot's going up when she gets fouled.
Stewie on a breakaway, puts it in!
And that's what makes Sacred Heart so dangerous. You make one mistake, they get up the pool, they counter so fast, and you're trying to get back on defense, and they're already down at the other end of the pool. Great shot, great effort by Stewie.
Stewie saw something right there, Jez. She knew that she had an advantage. She started swimming away from her opponents. Before you knew it, she was a good half body length outside of her defender, and she had a nice, easy look on net, dumped it in, and Sacred Heart Prep leads 4-2, 23 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Shot clock is off.
We look to ASI to run it down here. That's a bad shot. In this type of game, you want to take as much time off the clock there, get the last shot. Now you give Sacred Heart a chance to put one more up on the board before the half.
Susan Providenza with the shot attempt. It goes over the net, 8 seconds to play. The Gators will have one last try. This is Kerrigan. Lauren Kerrigan back towards the hole set. McCracken denied.
Great save by Puccinelli there on the quick shot by McCracken.
So we've played 2 quarters, we've reached half. It's 4-2 in favor of Sacred Heart Prep on top of St. Ignatius. You're tuning in to PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome to the Santa Clara International Swim Center. First half in the book. Sacred Heart Prep 4, St. Ignatius 2 here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. I'm Sean Hennessy. To my left, Jez McIntosh. We're broadcasting to you live here in Santa Clara, California. Beautiful facility at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. It's an open complex. You see the rain clouds far off in the distance. Right now it's pretty dry here at the Swim Center. As both teams switch sides, we'll now have St. Ignatius on your left and Sacred Heart Prep on the right side. The Gators of Sacred Heart Prep in the dark caps, St. Ignatius Wildcats in the light caps. Opening sprint, third quarter underway. And the battle is won by Providenza. Correction, Stewie. That's Caitlin Stewie who wins the battle. She feeds it back to Moran. 4-2 advantage in favor of Sacred Heart Prep. Coming into this matchup with a 20-8 overall record, they are the 1 seed. McCracken being covered beautifully by Tokini, putting on that pressure. She'll have to back off. She draws the whistle. McCracken with the spin move. She gets around her. Now she dribbles. Open look. She drills it.
Great individual effort by Morgan McCracken there. Got the defender to kind of reach for the ball, go for the steal, wheeled around her. One on none to the goal. SI couldn't drop anybody off of 2 meters to try to stop her. Gave her the free shot, and McCracken put it away.
What a move. That spin towards the outside, then a full sprint towards the net. A beautiful shot by Morgan McCracken as she gives the Gators a 5-2 lead. In the meantime, we'll see Slevin along the near side, balance in her right hand. It'll be fed back over to Slevin towards the near wing. 11 on the shot clock as she tries to dribble inward. Shoots for the corner. It's in. It goes off the right hand of the goalkeeper, Kelly Moran.
Big possession there for St. Ignatius. Down 3 goals after that quick shot by Sacred Heart. Cueva Slevin just a great one-on-one effort. Pump fake the goalie. Put it in over the top. Kept SI in the game.
So Cueva Slevin picks up her first goal in the matchup. It's now 5-3 in favor of Sacred Heart Prep. I tell you what, Kelly Moran almost had that deflected right off her fingertips, but unfortunately for her, it just falls in that corner of the goal. And now Sacred Heart Prep will try to dribble down the pool, going right to left.
Fell on the defender from SI. Cannot have a free shot inside of the 5 meters, so that Sacred Heart has to pass it back out and reset the offense.
Persons to Tokini. Tokini takes a shot on net. It hits the left post.
Actually, as McCracken for Sacred Heart. Quick shot. Just wide.
Correction on the call. McCracken's shot gets denied by the post. 5:35 left to play in the second quarter. This is Slevin being covered one-on-one by Kashi. Kashi leaning in with that left hand. 9 on the shot clock now. Back to Slevin. Loose ball.
Quick shot here coming from Tokini.
Tokini with a one-hopper.
Great shot by Tokini. She's been going high cage all afternoon. Decided to mix it up with the skip shot. Lauren was not expecting that. 1-goal game here. A lot of time left. You got to give SI credit. They're hanging with the champs. Very impressive from Tokini and the Wildcats.
Carla Tokini with the one-hopper into the back of the net. It's back to a 1-point game, 5-4 Gators.
Kick out, number 10 for Sacred Heart, Provincia.
Stewie gives it to Bocci. Bocci along the near wing, back towards the middle. This is McCracken. McCracken over towards the top side. Back to Morgan McCracken. She'll give it to Bocci. Bocci starts to dribble forward, takes a look, denied. Puccinelli blocks the shot. A lot of action in front of the net.
Yeah, great job by the SI goalie. Kept her composure off the rebound. She had Harper crashing the cage, trying to get the rebound there, but Puccinelli kept her composure, got the ball outside, and SI's coming down on the counter.
SI moving left to right quickly. Slevin being covered one-on-one towards that near wing. She'll feed it back towards the middle to Murray. Murray up to her sister, and it's denied. It goes left. It went off the right hand of Kelly Moran.
Yeah, twins there passing to each other. Bridget to Audrey, or Audrey to Bridget. And Bridget with the shot just outside.
We see Audrey Murray trying to battle for possession of the ball. And that time it was actually McCracken right next to her.
Yeah. SI seems to have the momentum now, even though they're down one. They're playing with a lot of confidence. Big possession here, see if they can even the game. Tough turnover.
Audrey Murray just dumping it off. She was actually looking for Slevin.
And a bad kick out. In open water, number 6, Quiva Slevin, kicked off, giving Sacred Heart another 6-on-5 advantage.
So it'll be a man-up advantage for the Gators now. They have a 1-point lead, 5-4. Dribbling ahead is Harper. Harper sends it over towards that far wing. Back towards the near side. McCracken denied. Loose ball. SI will take over. Defense does a nice job. They were trailing by a man down.
That was a great save by Puccinelli. It's the same play Sacred Heart ran out of that timeout earlier in the second half. Put 4 down deep, tried to pass it to the weak side, but the goalie got over to make the save.
Here's Samantha Kaplan dribbling the ball down the near side. SI moving left to right. Ball nearly turned over. Dangerous pass by Murray. Shot on net is in. How about that?
Grace Matthews with the score to tie the game. A little inside-out action. SI passed it into 2 meters on the outside, kicked it back out up top. Grace Matthews, 2 strokes to the goal and let the ball fly to equalize the game.
So Grace Matthews gets up on the board as her cap almost falls off on the shot attempt. A good look by Matthews as she puts it into the back of the net, and we have a tie ball game at 5 here in the third quarter, 3:12 left to play.
Let's see how Sacred Heart responds. Like you said, they've blown out teams through this whole tournament. Now they have a tie game in the championship. Let's see if they can keep their poise and composure here.
Totally different atmosphere in the championship round. Now we'll have a shot for Stewie. Stewie, about 2 meters out, she feeds it back towards Bocci. Bocci with a look, takes it denied. Puccinelli.
Great save again. Stewie's working hard. She's getting inside water every time down the pool, creating chances for Sacred Heart. Puccinelli, she's having a great game in the goal.
Audrey Murray moving left to right now, dribbling the ball between her shoulders. Puts it in her right hand, looking deep towards the top side. She sees Samantha Kaplan. 10 on the shot clock. Kaplan over to Providenza. Providenza gets past her defender, keeps it between her shoulders. In the right hand, 1 on the shot clock, and it'll be a shot clock violation. She could not get the play off.
Yeah, you got to have awareness of the shot clock. Her teammates should have been calling down the shot clock, helping her out, just lost track of time. Here's a quick counter there. Stewie once again working hard, getting down the pool, gets the kick out on number 5, Audrey Murray, another 6-on-5 for Sacred Heart Prep.
Morgan McCracken has possession. She feeds it to Stewie, back to McCracken, 18 on the shot clock. Bocci. And we have a foul away from the ball.
Yeah, kick off underwater. Sacred Heart, you can't push off too much to get your space. Turn the ball over. Tough loss there for Sacred Heart. They had the man advantage.
Timeout called by St. Ignatius here in the third quarter, 1:59 to play. Jez McIntosh to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy, and Jez, it always amazes me when you talk about those kickoffs and being able to get open space. It always amazes me that the officials are able to see that with all the ripples going on in the water. It's really hard to see and hard to notice.
Definitely. I mean, you watch the reaction of the defensive player, and defensive players kind of embellish sometimes the extra effort to the push-off. So it's a tough game to officiate. It's a tough game to coach. A tough game to do play-by-play on. So nice job.
Hey, they're doing a great job. Everyone working nicely here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. We're all tied up at 5 between Sacred Heart Prep and St. Ignatius. The Gators the 1 seed, Wildcats the 2 seed in this particular matchup.
Yeah, this game is really coming down to 2 great individual efforts. Number 10, but Caitlin Stewie, watch her when Sacred Heart gets the ball. She's working hard to get inside water. And then on the other side, it's number 11, Tokini. She's kept them in the game, and now her teammates are starting to add some extra added benefits for her. But watch those 2 players here at the end of the third quarter. It's going to come down to number 11 for SI, number 10 for Sacred Heart.
St. Ignatius, this being their second CCS championship appearance in school history. So a lot to prove, a lot on the line here for SI coming into this final championship match with an overall record of 13-15. The underdogs in this particular matchup, I tell you what, Jez, they fought hard. Trailed by 3 goals at one point. Now they've marched their way back in, tied it up at 5, and might as well be 0-0. Whole new ball game.
Exactly, and you give them all the credit, and they have huge amount of confidence right now. The pressure's on Sacred Heart, trying to defend their channel. The game should be over by now. Everybody thought this would be a blowout. They met earlier in the league. Sacred Heart beat SI earlier this year, so they expected this game to be over. So now the pressure's on Sacred Heart Prep to finish this out.
So both teams getting a quick breather here on the timeout. They now head back towards the middle of the pool. Full crowd here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center watching this CCS Girls Division II Water Polo Final. St. Ignatius moving left to right on your screen. Sacred Heart Prep right to left. Fresh shot clock.
Look for SI here. The ball will start with the goalie. They'll send a player to make a drive inside water, and Tokini will get the ball up top here. We'll see if she can get a quick shot. There goes 17 driving in.
Puccinelli with possession. She feeds it to Tokini like you called, and immediately the double team closes in.
Foul, quick shot.
So quick shot, Tokini denied. It was deflected by the defender, Harper.
That time Sacred Heart put 2 players inside of 2 meters in front of the goalie. There was no space for Tokini to take the shot. They had 3 wide across the goal.
You mentioned keeping your eye on Tokini. She's that defender inside the whole set position. Now it's going to be McCracken for the Gators. Pump fakes, gives it to Kashi. Kashi dribbles in, takes it, denied. It was slapped back by Providenza.
Great defensive effort there.
It will maintain possession of the Gators as the rain starts to come down now. Loose ball battle goes to SI.
Yeah, nice drop there by SI on Stewie, who was inside 2 meters, trying to get the ball for Sacred Heart. The double team. There comes SI.
And now it's really starting to rain here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. 16 on the shot clock. St. Ignatius with possession. Loose ball battle. Looking for it was Tokini. Well covered. 11 on the shot clock. She sends it back out. This is Slevin. Slevin now with 7 on the shot clock. Gives it to Kaplan. Kaplan will have to do something. It's swatted down.
McCracken there with a great defensive effort. She was helping inside on Tokini on the quick set. Here's Sacred Heart with the counter. It's number 10, Stewie.
And Stewie has it swatted away. That was Slevin on the defensive press.
A great individual effort by Cueva. Slevin getting down the pool, did not let Sacred Heart counter.
We have a foul called away from the ball. It goes against St. Ignatius, and the Gators will take over. It happened around the 5-meter mark.
It was Tokini in there. She had a double team. She tried to push off of 2 players. Ref saw it. Sacred Heart's ball.
17 left to play in the third quarter. Shot clock is off. Gators with possession. We're all tied at 5.
They should use it all here.
Bigley.
Take the last shot.
Bigley will dribble, take it, and it goes just high. From about 6 meters out, her shot goes just high. SI will have 8 seconds to try to take the lead before the third quarter comes to a close. Now 3 seconds. 2. Battle for the ball. It'll be one last heave by Providenza, and it's blocked down.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic there. SI was not aware of the clock. The goalie held it for a couple of seconds longer than she should have. Looking forward to a great fourth quarter.
We've got 1 quarter left to play, all tied up at 5 here on PlayOnSports.com. ready to start the fourth quarter at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. We're all tied at 5 between St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Prep here on PlayOnSports.com. Jez McIntosh to my left. I'm Sean Hennessy calling the live play-by-play action. What a matchup we have here. The 10 a.m. start on this Saturday morning. Getting ready to wind down the 2012 CCS Girls Water Polo Division II Final. Jez, the crowd is into it. What can we expect to see here in this final quarter?
Well, expect the seniors to step up. Tokanini, this is their 4th year playing for the CCS Championship. It comes down to the final 7 minutes, tie game. All the energy and excitement is with St. Ignatius right now. We'll see if Sacred Heart can keep their composure and take the championship.
Audrey Murray will sprint for St. Ignatius, and it will be Caitlin Stewie for the Gators, and Stewie wins it. Stewie wins possession for the Gators. They travel right to left on your screen wearing the dark caps. And how about that rain really coming down now on the pool? Fourth quarter, all tied at 5. Stewie, top side, swims to about 8 meters out, looking for the middle. She finds it. This is McCracken. Foul away from the ball. McCracken shot deflected.
McCracken trying to damage St. Ignatius with their own bread and butter. Quick shot from outside 5, but SI was ready. They probably see that every day in practice from Tokini, so they're used to blocking that shot.
This is Audrey Murray dribbling ahead left to right. Kashi with the defense. 13 on the shot clock. Providenza pushing off with that left hand. Lob pass over to Murray. Whistle blown. Will we have a kick out? No. Free shot? Denied.
Just great defense by Sacred Heart. Everybody was covered up there. They could not get the ball inside the 2 meters to Tokini. And you see a great pass by Moran to Stewie. Here's Sacred Heart on the counter.
And Bocci will have it with an open lane. Will she take the shot? It's slapped down by Puccinelli. An excellent save.
She has really kept St. Ignatius in the game here today. She's made incredible save after incredible save. Big save right there.
Sanders now swimming left to right. Wide open as she gets to about 5 meters out. She dumps it backwards to Slevin. Slevin over to Sanders. Sanders lob shot pushed away with the left hand of Kelly Moran.
Sanders came in for Marie Crouch. She was majored in the first half. She is not eligible to come back in the game. Great to see Sanders step up and take that shot. But once again, Sacred Heart on the counter.
Bocci with the lob pass, looking for Tokini. That's actually McCracken. Whistle blows. McCracken will have possession. 5. And the kick out will go against Audrey Murray. Man up advantage for the Gators. 5:05 left to play. 25 on the shot clock. McCracken towards the middle.
Foul inside the set on Kashi. She had 2 defenders, one in front of her and one behind her. She got on the back of the defender in front of her. You can't use your defender as leverage.
Almost tried to dunk her.
Yeah, that was automatic call there. Turnover. Another lost opportunity for Sacred Heart on the 6-on-5.
15 on the shot clock as Audrey Murray has possession in her right hand. She sends it top side to Kaplan. Kaplan being covered by Stewie. Looking for her teammate, Providenza. She'll take the shot, and it goes wide as the buzzer sounds.
Last 2 times down, looks like St. Ignatius has changed their game plan. They put Tokini in the set. They don't have her up top like they had her all game. Interesting coaching decision there.
Here's Bigley. Being covered one-on-one, waiting for her offensive player to come towards the middle. That's Harper. Harper feeds it towards the top wing. Back inside to the whole set. Stewie. Whistle blows. Stewie will send it back outside to Harper. Harper with an open look. She gives it to her teammate, Bigley. Bigley dribbles ahead. Shot in!
Great shot by Bigley there off the SI defender. Deflection off of the defender. Puccinelli had no chance there.
PJ Bigley delivers. And that's a huge goal, Jez. The way this game's been going, it's now 6-5 in favor of Sacred Heart Prep.
Yeah, it looks like SI was playing for 1 goal. They thought if they could score first, so they put Tokanelli down in the 2 meter and they haven't done that all game. We'll see if she's back outside this possession for the quick shot outside of 5.
Catherine Summa replaces Audrey Murray. SI with possession. This will be Slevin along the near wing, being covered by Stewie. She has it in her right hand. Nobody home. She'll feed it back outside to Summa. Loose ball in the whole set. It'll be a battle as Sanders is being backed out. She dumps it towards the goalkeeper. It's denied. Kelly Moran once again with the block, and the Gators will take over. 3:28 left to play.
Yeah, tried to do the lob shot on the goalie. You got to do a better one than that to get it past Moran here. Big possession for Sacred Heart Prep. They could probably put the game away here with the goal.
Caitlin Stewie dribbling ahead. Open water. She now gives it to Kashi. Kashi back over towards the top wing. Dump to the near side. Kashi with an open look. 5 on the shot clock. Will she take it? No, it's going to be Bigley. And it's deflected. Francesca Puccinelli doing the old egg beater the best she can and tips the ball over the post.
Another great shot by Bigley off the SI defender, tipped, and then Puccinelli was able to deflect it over the goal, but Sacred Heart ball, another 30 seconds.
Fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. Kashi will dump it towards the far wing to Bocci. Bocci now will take a deep shot that hits the post. A lot of anger behind that one. Shot clock resets though, now 25, 2:42 left to play.
Yeah, that was a quick shot by Bocci there. She could have run more time off the shot clock with the lead here. We'll see if they can get a better shot.
Harper over to Bigley, Bigley to Kashi. Kashi dribbling ahead from about 6 meters out. Sends it towards the top side to McCracken. McCracken shot, deflected. Did it cross that imaginary goal line? No, the officials say no goal as Puccinelli is able to scoop it away.
The whole ball has to be inside the goal line. It looked like half the ball was there. Ref said it was very close. Here comes SI on the counter.
That was indeed very close. Whole set opportunity. Double team coming on. Foul called against Sacred Heart Prep. No kick out. Slevin will feed it over to Kaplan. Kaplan with 7 on the shot clock. Takes an opportunity. It's deflected just left. Moran got her left fingertip on it and pushes that ball towards the left.
Sacred Heart is doing a great job of keeping the ball out of Tocanelli's hands in this 4th quarter. She has not touched the ball in SI's offensive end. You got to want the ball in her hands in this 4th quarter.
Timeout called. 1:54 left to play here in this 4th and final quarter. Sacred Heart Prep 6, St. Ignatius 5, a 1-point advantage for the Gators. The big story when people look at this matchup and they go back and they watch the on-demand footage will be the defensive play. I don't think anybody expected it to be, I guess you could say, this type, but the defense has been phenomenal by both squads here throughout this entire matchup.
Well, the goalies, you got to give credits first to the goalies. SI Puccinelli has kept them in the game, making save after save after save. And then on the other end, Sacred Heart, they've kept the ball out of Tocanelli's hands. She's had most of the goals for SI in this game in this 4th quarter. She has not been able to get into any offensive flow. So we'll see if they can continue to do that with the final minute, 54 seconds.
Carla Tocchini's damage really took place in the first half. She has not been felt so far here in this second half. We've had scoring by PJ Bigley, and then a few moments ago, we also had Slevin, Matthews. Really the big scorers so far. If you take a look at Sacred Heart Prep, Caitlin Stewie has 3 goals, and then for St. Ignatius, 3 goals for Carla Tocchini. So they are the leading scorers for both teams as the players swim back out towards mid-pool. Rain still coming down pretty good here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. Luckily for enough, we are under the very large overhang here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. 1:54 left to play. Possession goes in favor of Sacred Heart Prep. Kelly Moran, the goalkeeper, swims out towards mid-pool as the clock starts to move. Huge possession here for the Gators. Can they put a cap on this game? As Bigley's shot goes in, but the whistle calls as she releases the ball. No goal.
Foul on number 10, Caitlin Stewie, swimming over the top of number 9, Catherine Summa. You cannot swim over the top of your defender. Even though she was away from the ball, still a foul. Turnover.
Slevin will feed it over towards Her teammate, Providenza, and her shot is denied. A missed opportunity for SI. And here's Stewie trying to break away from the defense. Triple teamed, and it's stolen. It's stolen by Providenza. Timeout called.
Wow, Stewie expected the ref there to bail her out. Thought she had the two defenders on her back. Tough call there. She was fighting hard. Great pass by the goalie, Moran, to start that counterattack. But SI, just enough space, just enough to get the ball over. Timeout, St. Ignatius, last timeout.
And it shows what kind of respect that St. Ignatius has for Caitlin Stewie. It's not the first time we've seen her break away from the defense in this matchup. She's a speedster. She can really get a lot of open water. And once she starts to progress down the pool, it almost seems like it's catch-up opportunity for the other team.
As you said, I mean, that you said it's a defensive game, and that's a great illustration of great defense by SI. They know Caitlin Stewie is going to release and counter, and they had three people back to force that turnover.
So it's timeout called, last one for St. Ignatius, so they're all out of timeouts. It's 6-5 in favor of Sacred Heart Prep here in the 2012 CCS Girls Water Polo Division II Final. What a matchup we have, a 1-point lead for Sacred Heart Prep. Will they be able to close things out and capture the title, or will SI be able to tie things up here with the equalizer late in the fourth quarter? A lot of different strategies going on here. Let's take a look at SI. Jez, if you're head coach Paul Felton, what are you telling your girls right now with 1:36 or 1:13 rather left to play?
I'm going to be interested to see how they come out of this timeout. All game long out of the timeout, Tokini has been up top, and they've drive someone towards the goal and had her get the ball out up high. This whole fourth quarter, though, he's had her in 2 meters, and they're trying to get the ball to her inside of 2 meters. So it'll be interesting if he sticks with his game plan that he's had all game and had her up top, or if she's going to change it up and put her down in 2 meters.
On the flip side for Coach John Berg for Sacred Heart Prep, defense is the key right now with 1:13 left to play. What do you do?
Keep it out of Tokini's hands. Don't foul her outside of 5. That's what you got to do. But it looks like Tokini is setting up top. Look for number 10 to drive inside water, and Tokini to come to the center cage.
Puccinelli at mid-pool, feeds it towards the inside. Summa dribbles ahead. She has an open look, right-hand opportunity. It's swatted down. Kelly Moran with both hands.
Now that's great coaching by John Burke. He's going to force somebody else to beat him. He had Stewie drop off on Tokini on inside water and gave number 9, Suma, the opportunity, the open look for the goal, and trusted his goalie to make the stop.
Play continues on the far side of the pool as you see Bocce swim for the ball. 6 on the shot clock. They'll need to do something here. Bigley fires, and it goes off a crossbar.
Yeah, Sacred Heart is not going to let Tokini beat him, but she's coming down here inside water.
Puccinelli, deep pass to Keeney. Nobody home. Slapped down by Moran.
Timeout, Sacred Heart.
So Sacred Heart calls a timeout. You see the SI girls frustrated that last opportunity. It was a deep pass from Puccinelli to Carla Tokini. Desperation call right there from about 6 meters out. A lot of length to cover on that shot. She didn't get a lot of velocity behind it. Now just 28 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I believe that was the first time she touched the ball all fourth quarter. Sacred Heart was not going to let Tokini beat her. They dropped, double-teamed her in their last possession, gave SI the free shot from somebody else. And now with 28 seconds left, Sacred Heart can run it out and give the ball back to the goalie and just pass it around on their side of the floor. So we'll expect SI to try to force a turnover. Sacred Heart haven't been sharp on their passes, so it's possible they can get a turnover here. But with 28 seconds left, it's an uphill battle for SI.
SI will have to do everything in their power at this point in this game to get a turnover, strip the ball away, and try to get one last offensive attack.
See, Sacred Heart keeping Caitlin Stewie here in the corner. They're going to give the ball right to her down here in the corner, and she can just hold it and run it out.
And you see Stewie in that lower right-hand corner of the pool. 28 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. 6-5, Sacred Heart Prep. Stewie now with possession as the clock rolls. Being covered one-on-one by Suma.
SI's got a foul. They were just wasted 8 seconds off the clock. They needed a foul to force her to pass the ball.
Here's a deep lob towards mid-pool to Bocce, and this could do it. 10 seconds, Bocce will have one opportunity with nobody home, one-on-one try, and it's in. That'll do it. Kate Bocci drills it. 4 seconds left to play, and Sacred Heart Prep will capture the girls water polo CCS Division II title.
Yeah, kudos to the Sacred Heart program. It's their 6th straight CCS championship.
Desperation chuck by SI as the clock expires, and that'll do it. 7-5, final score as Sacred Heart Prep, the 1 seed, defeats St. Ignatius, the 2 seed, here at the Santa Clara International Swim Center. What a match.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give credit to St. Ignatius. No one expected them to be in this game. Their senior, Tocanelli, really played a great game, and their goalie, Cuccinelli, kept them in the game with save after save. But Sacred Heart's been here before. Like I said, their 6th straight championship. It takes a perfect game to beat them. So great job by SI, but even more impressive job for Sacred Heart to keep their program alive with the championship.
And we'd like to say congratulations to our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, the leading scorer this morning for Sacred Heart Prep, Caitlin Stewie, the speedster. She led the team with 3 total goals in this morning's matchup. She played a heck of a match. She really had that driving force behind Sacred Heart Prep's victory here this morning.
Yeah, she did a lot off the ball to create the scoring opportunities. If she didn't score herself, she was really getting inside water on the defenders almost every time down the pool. And so she really created the opportunities for her teammates when she didn't score herself.
7-5, the final score. Sacred Heart Prep on top of St. Ignatius. Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, I'll have a live interview coming up with our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, Caitlin Stewie. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks, to PlayOnSports.com. Sean Hennessy here with you. Caitlin Stewie, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, as Sacred Heart Prep knocks off St. Ignatius by a final score of 7-5. Leading scorer today, Caitlin, for Sacred Heart Prep with 3 big goals. How good does it feel to capture that CCS Division II title?
So this is my very first CCS title, so I feel honored to be on the team. I felt to run it for my team and my coaches. It just felt really good.
Felt really good. Talk about your guys' performance. It was a low-scoring affair. Great defensive battle out there.
We had a really good, strong innings. Like, we came out very strong. It was good. We had good counterattacks. We had a little mild upset in the third quarter, but we were able to overcome it in what I thought was really good. Like, we were able to stay together and put our heads together and stay together, get our defensive and offense together.
Caitlin Stewie, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, 7-5 as Sacred Heart Prep defeats St. Ignatius. Saw John Burke really excited down there. He was jumping up and down. How good of a feeling is this for you girls to capture another title for Sacred Heart Prep?
We were just honored to play for him. He's a great coach. He's very inspiring. I'm just very glad to win it for him.
Caitlin Stewie, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Our PlayOnSports.com player of the game as Sacred Prep defeats St. Ignatius final score of 7-5.